Insurance Business TV was on site at the MGAA Conference 2025 and caught up with some of the sector's leading executives for its Big Question series. In this edition, we ask, what factors do carriers prioritise most when deciding to partner with an MGA?
There are a number of factors. There are lots of things that need to be right. By far and away, the most important factor is actually culture. I get really frustrated when you hear insurers generally talk around selecting an MGA like it's a gift for them to give, and I think it's as important for MGAs to do the check in reverse. Both parties have to get to know each other, because actually if the culture and the foundations are aligned, then a number of the other things that need to be in place, like strong performance, the right conversations when they're required around changes, rates, coverage, whatever it might be, happen. And that's essential when you're trying to strike a long-term partnership. Of course, there are some fundamentals that need to be in place. People have got to demonstrate a good track record, but I think actually it's as important to focus on the how, not just the what.
So I think when insurers are looking for MGAs, they're looking for that specialist understanding of a niche audience, maybe. And what they're looking for with that is, can they service that in a different way? And it might be through innovation, might be through new tech. So they want them to be able to provide something a bit different and give them that competitive edge.
We don't think this has really changed that much. They're still looking to underwrite individuals. It's teams, it's track record, it's capabilities. There is still a little bit around the edge on sort of data technology, but it's still very much a people play. They're looking to back underwriters that have a proven track record, that they know have the reputation to support that. And so that hasn't really changed in our view.
Yeah, so it's quite a good question. I think the key for us, certainly from an antitrust perspective, is the professionalism, the data they can provide us, the experience they've had through market cycles, the product that they're going to bring to market, their distribution channel. So there are quite a lot of things that bring a good proposition to insurers.
When we're setting up an MGA, or when an MGA is being set up, it's a specialism, it's a territory. Most managing agents are looking for organizations that specialize in certain lines of business that they can then take into new territories where the managing agents don't really have to then set up infrastructure, people, etc. So it's a fantastic model, but it does need to be automated in terms of the receipt of the data coming back from those managing general agents into the market, whether that be London or anywhere in the world.
Well, at HSB, when we're looking to partner with an MGA, traditionally we're looking for someone who has access to markets or skill sets that we don't possess, or they have a better version of than us. So that's very important to us. So is the history in that area that they're trading, and their attitude to compliance and the due diligence process. But most importantly is their ambition to work with us, and will they make a good partner, and do they have the same aims and ambitions that we do? Because it's very important that we're aiming for the same goal.
I mean, we're really popular at the moment as carriers are looking to grow quicker and more organically from a client count. Funnily enough, I have a lot of carriers knocking on the door saying, we want to work with MGAs, we like you. Why do they like us? Well, one, we are respectful of our place in the value chain. We recognise that our job is to work as an extension of a carrier, ensure that we're bringing expertise that they don't have necessarily in their own client bank, making sure that they're getting access to opportunities and clients they wouldn't necessarily get access to, and giving them really good returns on the business that we're writing. So I think some of the key bits are around data, it's around relationships, it's around engagement, but it's also ensuring that they're seen as an extension in that expertise of their own business, and that we're culturally aligned, we're economically and sort of financially aligned, but also we sort of recognise that this is a true partnership long term.
Carriers have a number of things that they'll tend to look at. Prioritization tends to be delivery of the business plan. How robust is that business plan? How believable is it? Is the sustainability of profit there in the long term? And the consideration for the MGA, what other value do they bring from a customer outcomes, but also managing through certain market dynamics pricing, inflation factors? What behaviours does the MGA bring to supplement the improvement and policyholders and profitability for the business?
Okay, so there are a number of sort of key pillars they will look at. First and foremost, they'll look at the underwriting expertise and the team they're going to effectively deploying their capital to. That would absolutely be number one. Do they have confidence in the expertise of the underwriting team, that they know their sector, and effectively, as an MGA model works, will they lend them their money, stroke their balance sheet to underwrite on their behalf? So that will be the first factor. And alongside that, do they really know their sector? The second bit will be the level of data. Right, so how forensic is their level of data in order to inform risk appetite, pricing, effectively their claims data, in order again to ensure that by deploying capital, that there's a reasonable good chance that they're going to make consistent underwriting profits. Thirdly would be distribution. So if you have expertise, and number one, and number two, that you've got excellent technology and data supporting that. What is your distribution? Where is the distribution? Do you know your sector, your broker sector? Are they going to be loyal? Are they going to give you sort of the right business in terms of meeting the further two sort of pillars? So they would be the three real key things. We could go on in terms of technology. Obviously, is very important from that perspective. Financial sort of. Strength in terms of the MGA, in terms of longevity. But if I was going to choose the podium in terms of those three, then I would say team, MI, and distribution.